Andrew touched on Gorgias shortly, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. Castelli mainly focuses on his encomium of Helen, and I'm going to go back first and give you a little bit of background on Gorgias. He was one of the first sophists. He's also known as like the father of sophistry. He liked to use the term paradoxologia, which is he liked to use paradoxical thought and paradoxical emotions to play on different people. He would often take the unpopular argument and try to use that and make that seem like the more plausible one. And he said while most other sophists always taught virtues, he believed that there were no absolute virtues because they're only relative to each situation based on how you felt about that situation. And therefore, to him, rhetoric was the king of all sciences because it could persuade any course of action. He had an essay called On Nature and the Non-Existent, and it was a ironic refutation of Parmenides' thesis on nature. And he said that nothing exists, but if something does exist, nothing can be known about it. And if something can be known about it, then knowledge about that can't be expressed to other people. And he would just play on different people's theses and almost like make fun of them, and to try to see what people would think. And now onto the encomium of Helen, which is what Castelli mainly talks about. He said there would have Helen of Troy could have been persuaded to leave Athens one of four ways: either love, will of the gods, by physical force, or by speech. And if it was by the gods, then she can't be blamed, because you can't change the will of the gods. If it was by physical force that she was made to leave, then you can't blame her again, because it was the aggressor committing the crime and not her. If it was love, and love was a god back then, you can't oppose the god. But if love is a human sickness, then it's more of a misfortune than a mistake that she made. So again, she can't be blamed. So he says that the fourth way of speech, she cannot be blamed again if she would have been given a speech to leave. Because he says in his encomium of Helen, speech is a powerful lord, which by means of the finest and most invisible body affects the divinest works. Just as drugs draw forth different humors from the body, some putting a stop to disease, others putting a stop to life, so with words. Some cause pain, others cause joy, and some benumb and bewitch the soul with evil persuasion. And that's the point he links to most, is that through rhetoric you can play on emotions and force people to do different things. And that's why Helen left Greece, was because of a persuasive speech. And he always, as Andrew said before, goes back to pathos over logos, like emotion over reason. And so with using people's emotions, you can make them do almost anything. And he also came to the defense of Palamedes, who was a Greek god that was claimed to have been siding with the Trojans during the war. And he used, again, the ironic, the paradoxologia to almost come into defense of Palamedes using people's emotions yet again. Which is unlike Kant, who we'll get to shortly, who said that emotions are almost like slavery. Kant?